There's an Adventist physician in St. Helena, California. Her name is Dr. Arlene Taylor. If you want to write that name down in the back of your bulletin, take a look at her website. She's a brain specialist. She works with the brain surgeons and the neurosurgeons and the brain specialists, but she's especially been involved with neurosurgeons that are not Adventists, that they're not even Christian. They don't believe in God. And they've discovered something very unique. Jeannie actually, when heard her, did a powerful research about the brain, and I've gone to her website, communicated with her. She reports about these non-believer brain surgeons and specialists who are now doing laboratory experiments on, are you ready for this? Prayer. Now, I took chaplaincy at Loma Linda and so forth, and I know that the hospital doctors and surgeons are always happier when an imam or a bishop or a priest or a minister or a person will come in and have prayer with the patient before surgery. They couldn't understand it, they don't understand it, but they know that prayer makes things go better for the patient and the family. But how do you prove that in a laboratory? Because science in medicine is all based on testing and laboratory. You know, you've got certain drugs, you take some of the real thing and the others are placebo, right? And then they decide which ones to put on the market. How do you test prayer in a laboratory? You know, Ellen White says something about this. She says that when we pray, the brain emits electrical impulses. Now, I personally believe that God has a great big cosmic computer, and he can, that big screen, he can catch those prayers, and he can also communicate with me that way. But scientists now, Dr. Taylor says this, in blind studies, they have put these electrodes on your head so that when you pray for someone who's in intensive care in the Orlando hospital, maybe they're even semi-conscious, they don't even know. They don't know about this and you don't know. But when you pray a prayer for anyone, the instant you pray, something happens in the brain of that person you're praying for. That's scientific evidence now that they don't even want to go there because they don't understand this. It's something spooky. It's something mysterious. But there's power in prayer. And we're not praying anymore. Listen to this. I am not finished yet. Dr. Taylor has also discovered something else very significant. And that has to do with reading something spiritual, devotional. These brain specialists, and again, they're not Christian, they have no orientation with biblical, and they don't understand this. It's spooky. But they have discovered when a person reads something devotional for just 12 minutes every single day out loud. You're not ready for this. And especially different kinds of prayer that are praise and so forth. They can actually change the brain cells, and that does amazing things. But reading something devotional, spiritual for just 12 minutes out loud every day, are you ready for this? Can actually reverse dementia and possibly impact Alzheimer's. This is science now, and they don't understand this.